Hello everyone, it's story time, and today's short story is The Chest of Broken Glass. Once there was an old man who had lost his wife and lived all alone. He had worked hard as a tailor all his life, but misfortunes had left him penniless. And now he was so old, he could no longer work for himself. His hands trembled too much to thread a needle, and his vision had blurred too much for him to make a straight stitch. He had 3 sons, but they all grown and married now. And they all were so busy with their own lives. They only had time to stop by and eat dinner with their father once a week. Gradually, the old man grew more and more feeble, and his sons came to see him less and less. "They don't want to be around me at all now," he told himself, "because they are afraid I'll become a burden." He stayed up all night worrying what would become of him, until at last he thought of a plan. The next morning he went to see his friend, a carpenter, and asked him to make a large chest. Then he went to see his friend, a locksmith, and asked him to give him an old lock. Finally, he went to see his friend, the glass blower, and asked for the broken pieces of glass he had. The old man took the chest home, filled it to the top with broken glass, locked it up tight, and put it beneath the kitchen table. The next time his sons came for dinner, they bumped their feet against it. "What's in this chest?" they asked, looking under the table. "Oh, nothing," the man replied. "Just something I've been saving." His sons nudged it and saw how heavy it was. They kicked it and heard a rattling inside. "It must be full of all the gold he saved over the years," they whispered to one another. So they talked it over and realized that they needed to guard the treasure. They decided to take turns living with the old man, and that way they could look after him too. So the first week, the youngest son moved in with his father, cared and cooked for him. The next week, the middle son took his place, and the week afterward, the eldest son took the turn. This went on for some time. At last, the old father grew sick and died. The sons gave him a very nice funeral, for they knew there was a fortune sitting beneath the kitchen table, and they could afford to splurge a little on the old man now. When the service was over, they hunted through the house until they found the key and unlocked the chest. And of course, they found it full of broken glass. "What a rotten trick!" yelled the eldest son. "What a cruel thing to do to your own sons!" "But what else could he have done, really?" asked the middle son sadly. "We must be honest with ourselves. If it wasn't for this chest, we would have neglected him until the end of his days. I'm so ashamed of myself," sobbed the youngest. "We forced our own father to stoop to deceit because we would not observe the very commandment he taught us when we were young." But the eldest son tipped the chest over to make sure there was nothing valuable hidden among the glass after all. He poured the broken pieces onto the floor until it was empty. Then the 3 brothers silently stared inside, where they now read an inscription left for them on the bottom: "Honor thy father and mother." Moral of the story: love and respect your parents when they are alive. For that, you'll carry your hearts with peace and freedom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are inspired or learned something from the story. If you do, please give thumbs up, leave a comment. I read all comments. Share it, and please do not forget to subscribe if you have not done it. Switch on the bell to get notification for my next video. Bye!